Alright, so we're going to do a little boat shopping today. We're not actually boat shopping, but I know exactly what I'm going to get. But 2018, we're going to be running a new rig for about basically every boat I've ever owned since I was 19 years old. The exception of one has been a Ranger. And 2017 was my last year. Running a Ranger. We decided to make a little shift this year. No beef, nothing like that. It's just figured it's just time to make a little shift in companies that I was going to work with. Met a nice group of people here in South Carolina at that manufacturer. But I think it's going to be one of the next biggest boat lines on the market. And just had kind of a good connection. Just like anything else in business world or in just in life in general, you know, it's a lot of times you make a decision based on relationships and you know what just feels right. And sometimes you meet people, you meet whether it be at shows, at tournaments, or just in traveling, you got a good connection and just kind of think and see things on the same wavelength. And I had one of those kind of connections with the company called Falcon Boats, and it's sort of a new company here in South Carolina, new bass boat company, really slick looking boat. And I'm really excited about working with the company. Whoever would have thought a bass boat company would have been right here in South Carolina. So, you know, to have the opportunity to be right here at home, close to my manufacturer, it allows me to do stuff like what I'm doing today. Just drive up to the boat manufacturer, check out what's going on, check on the progress of my boat. I don't think it's quite finished yet, but they're working on it. Really cool people, man. Steven and Tim, the two guys, and Lisa, which is Steven's wife. They work at the plant, and just a real good home-based company. And I felt like it'd be a good place for me to build my career and keep moving forward in this fishing game. So I'm going to take you guys inside the plant and give you a sneak peek at my boat, and we get to meet Tim. If his wife's there, you get to meet her, and get to meet Steven as well, and talk a little bit about Falcon Boats. Pulling into the Falcon Boats manufacturer here in the great state of Newberry, South Carolina. So let's walk in here, take a little look at the boats, see how your manufacturing process goes here at Falcon. Alright guys, so we're here at the Falcon Boats factory, and Steve is going to tell us a little bit about the two hulls. Well, actually three now. We started off with two. I'm running a 205, which is the 20 footer, and I'll let you just kind of walk us through the two hulls.
Yeah, now we actually have three different versions. We have a 215, a 205, and a 195. And the 195 is like it says, it's 19 and a half feet. The 20 is basically 20 and a half, and the 21 is 21 foot 5.
Yeah.
And Brian chose to go with the 205, and we think it's a great choice.
Yeah, that's 205 is what I'm running, and I'm running 250 Verado this year. A little different. I've been running an Opti for pretty much all my life, but I decided I wanted to try something a little different this year and try the Verado. So we'll walk around, look at a couple of the boats, and so that way you can kind of get a sneak peek what the new Falcons look like. Do we have a 195 here too? Or
no, there's
just
not one over here.
We'll give you
a hull,
we'll give you a sneak peek at the. I'll let you look at mine too, but we'll look at the 205, 215s, where you can see what we're all working with here. Here's mine right here. You can see I did what do we call this, Stephen? Black mist?
Black frost.
Black frost. It's black frost.
Fire red with a black bottom.
With a fire red hull stripe at the bottom, and then at the very bottom, just black gel coat. You see, that's a big boat to be a 20-footer. I mean, it's absolutely enormous. That's about the size of my first house on the inside. My first house was like 900 square foot, and I think that's about, it's close. I don't know how big it is, but it's close. Here's the cap right here. You can see it real good on the top here. What we got, a 50-gallon tank?
50-gallon aluminum.
One 50-gallon tank in the center. You see all the compartments and everything. It's getting pretty close to finish. I'm pretty excited about it. Our one hull stripe is red and the rest is red pinstripes. It's a little bit of what the top of it will look like.
Murphy's here.
Oh, is that easy? He's doing 205 this time?
215.
Oh, he did it again.
I think he just does it because he got so much.
Yeah.
If you want to uncover it, it ain't no big deal.
No, that's good. All right, so he's showing you the back compartments on these deals are really cool. So you got, it's compartmentalized into 3 different sections, so you can lift up one section at a time and get to your oil, your starter battery, or your trolling batteries like you see over there. You can just lift up one lid at a time, or you can lift up the entire lid. You see he's doing it. You can do just one at a time if you decide to.
Or all 3.
Or all 3 all at once. And get access to all your pumps, all your bilge pumps,
remember,
all your aerators. Yep.
And you have access to all your pumps.
Everything. Power pull pumps, your cranking battery, oil reservoir, trolling batteries, all at one time. If you ever had a problem on the water and you had to get in that back compartment, it's real tough in a lot of boats because there's not enough room. Everything's kind of jam packed in there, but there's a lot of room to move around and get to what you need there. This is one of the coolest things right here. If you've ever fished, went to go open up a rod locker, get a life jacket out of the front, you always got a bunch of rods on the front deck, and then you go to lift your rod locker up, throw all your rods in the deck, in the water. So the rod lockers actually open up from back to front. So what that does is when you got a rod laying on the deck, if I got rods laying up here and I go in this compartment, unless I go to grab it, the rods just go up. They don't go in the water for me. So you see that's a big, that holds, I'll be able to get a lot of rods in there. I don't know how many. There's 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. There's 10 holes, but I can get several rods in each.
That's right.
Each hole, especially with a, especially with rod gloves.
And to be able to put your rods in from the outside is a huge thing for the normal guy.
Right.
He has to remove his tackle.
Right. So I'll have access to my rods and tackle from outside of the boat. I won't actually get in there and put mud in my carpet, and I'll be able to access everything from outside the boat. You see, this is center rod locker here. It's got organizers in there that you can kind of take out, move, whatever you need to do. There's a little place to put your pliers and scissors. It's real deep. That goes almost all the way up to the trolling motor pedal.
As you can see, this goes
way back
still
in
can't
there.
touch.
Yeah, way back in there. And they're all lighted compartments.
LED light.
LED lighting in all compartments. You can see this is the other rod locker, passenger side, which is the one that we typically use the most. But the same deal, opens from back to front. That way you don't throw anything in the water.
Here's a day box.
Got a little day box. You can throw whatever you plan to use for the day. And
3600s and a cooler.
And a cooler. That's important. You gotta have a cooler in a boat. It's important. You see. Walk over here to the console.
These are lit.
Yep.
Fiberglass storage boxes.
Yeah.
LED lighting.
It's got a good drainage too, which is important, especially on these back compartments, because these are the ones that tend to get the most water in it. I don't care what boat you got, at some point you're going to have to get water in your compartments. Not because your lid's leaked, but if it's raining, you got to get in your compartments, and when you open them, guess what's going to happen? water's going to get in there. So drainage is real important.
Right hand up right here.
Feel good?
It's stuck.
Not really. Let's look at the boats. They're awesome, man. I'm excited to get out there and start running them. It's gonna be a good year and a brand new boat, brand new company.
We're excited to have Brian on board. Good luck.
And I'm excited about running this Falcon next year. I think that's gonna be a great move for me. And man, the people there are just so easy to deal with. Placing my boat order, getting my colors picked out, and all my options, everything that I was gonna have done concerning my boat's been super easy this year, and I really think it's going to help me on tournaments this year, because a lot of times people don't realize it, but there's a lot of stuff that I have to deal with outside of actually a hook, line, and sinker. There's a lot of days that you spend just doing nothing but sending emails and talking on the phone and shuffling paperwork, and sometimes you can't get all of that done unless you can get who you need to talk to on the phone and get an answer right away. And this year, getting all of that done has been just so much easier to be able to get my boat a lot quicker, which in turn that's just less stress on me. So that just means I've got more energy pushed towards fishing, actually catching a bass this year. So I am looking forward to getting this boat and getting out there and getting the season started and catching some bass.